Today we're making one of my, I always say that, one of my favorite pastas. I guess I have a lot of favorites. Anyway, at this time of year, I love fennel, and I eat it cooked, I eat it raw, and I love having it in pasta. And for this recipe, the pasta actually gets cooked in the same water as the fennel. I'm only making this for one person because I'm here alone today. It's a super simple recipe to make for a quick lunch. One fennel pasta. If this looks like a little bit more than 100 grams, it's 150 grams because I'm hungry. You can use whatever cheese you want. I have a couple tablespoons of grated pecorino romano and 3 tablespoons of grated parmigiano reggiano. You're also going to need just a little bit of butter and salt and pepper, of course. So the first thing you want to do is trim your fennel. You can, save these. I save these to make broth along with other vegetable trimmings during the week. Trim the ends off. Cut it down the middle. And what you want to do is take off this sort of first outer layer because it's a little tough and stringy. Next thing, you just want to cut it into small pieces, like about bite-sized pieces. This will get cooked and will sort of start to fall apart a bit in the cooking water. You just want to make sure also the root end you cut. So it's chunks like this. And now I'm going to go cook. I've got a pot of water, salted water boiling. I'm going to add the pasta and the fennel. Now the only tricky thing about this recipe is timing. This pasta, since it's artisanal, will take about 12 to 13 minutes. So I'm going to put the pasta in first, and after 5 minutes add the fennel, which will take about 8 to 9 minutes to cook. And I'm going to go over there and show you how I'm going to do that. The water's boiling. I've already put about a tablespoon of salt in there. And now I'm just going to add the pasta. I'm going to let the pasta cook. Let me give it a stir. Bring that to the boil. And I'm going to let the pasta cook for about 5 minutes. I'm going to set my timer, and then I'm going to add the fennel in so that it all gets cooked. It'll all be cooked by the end. The pasta's been cooking for about 5 minutes, and it's kind of halfway done. Put in the fennel. Give it a good stir. And turn the heat up a bit to bring it back to boil, and let that cook for another 5 minutes and taste it. And what you're aiming for, of course, is for the pasta to be perfectly done, and also you want the fennel to be nice and soft. Pasta and fennel have been cooking for a total now of 12 minutes, and I tasted it, and the pasta is perfectly cooked, and the fennel is done. So now I'm going to go drain it, and I'm going to reserve 1 cup of the pasta cooking water just in case I need it. A lot of steam. Anyway, I have drained the pasta, and I'm going to put it here, the pasta and the fennel. I'm just putting it right back in the pan, not into a serving dish, because I'm just going to mix it all up in here now. First thing you do is add the butter. And you want to give it a good stir so it melts and coats everything. Next thing you do, pecorino romano. Give it a good stir. All of the parmigiano reggiano. And remember I said when I was draining it, I was saving a little bit of the water. I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of water in there. And now you really stir it up. And you can see it's becoming nice and creamy. The cheese is melting. Now, I like it with a lot of pepper. I think fennel goes really well with pepper. I'm not adding any salt yet because there was salt in the cooking water, and also the cheese is pretty salty. That looks great. Pretty bowl. And you can see, you can almost, the fennel sort of falls apart. Get all that out of there. And forms this sort of creamy sauce on top. And there you have it. Now I used 1 fennel and 150 grams of pasta. You can certainly use less pasta, more fennel, however you'd like it. It's always really good. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you make it.